It's that time of the week again. Thank you for tuning in to this brand new Round 2 Wrestling here on the 8th of November, 2023. I am your host with the most wrestling information, SlimmDa KID, and for our first-time listeners out there, let me break it down for you. Round 2 Wrestling is very similar to a news broadcast. We have it broken down into 4 rounds. Round 1 is the pro wrestling rumor mill. This could be fabricated BS or it could be somewhat truthful. It's up to you to decide what you'd like to believe. Move on to round 2, pro wrestling news. This is confirmed news across multiple news outlets brought to you exclusively by Round 2 Wrestling. We then move on to round 3, title matches and their exclusive results, including pay-per-view results from the last week. We then conclude this brand new Round 2 Wrestling podcast with round 4, Did You Know Pro Wrestling Facts? However, we are at the beginning of Round 2 Wrestling, and we are going to kick things off by taking a listen to the Pro Wrestling Rumor Mill. That bell was a bit loud today. While again confirming that WWE's Drew McIntyre still hasn't re-signed with WWE, Fightful Select noted that McIntyre's current deal will expire before WrestleMania 40 next year. Becky Lynch and several others also have deals expiring in 2024, with WWE not offering any sort of information regarding a re-signing. We here at Round 2 Wrestling find it very hard to believe that WWE will let these wrestlers go, but we have a saying around here, only time will tell. On Wrestling Observer Radio, Dave Meltzer said AEW's Bryan Danielson's latest injury makes it touch and go on whether or not Danielson will be able to work the New Japan Wrestle Kingdom pay-per-view in January next year. According to PW Insider, WWE's AJ Styles is expected to make his return to WWE television on the November 10th episode of Friday Night SmackDown. That is just 2 days away, so be sure to tune in to your local broadcasting sponsor for that information. On Wrestling Observer Radio, Dave Meltzer mentioned WWE running Bash in Berlin pay-per-view when they are at least in part to some degree to mess with the AEW All in London pay-per-view. So WWE taking shots across the bow of AEW. Warner Bros. Discovery sources told Fightful Select they're still happy with their partnership with AEW and hope it continues on into the foreseeable future. Fightful Select heard from sources near Ric Flair, quote-unquote, that AEW's partnership with Woo Energy will pay for a significant portion of Flair's AEW salary, if not all of it. PW Insider was told the morale backstage at Impact Wrestling is very high following the overwhelmingly positive fan response during its tour of the United Kingdom. This is great to hear as the promotion rebrands itself in early 2024 back to TNA. It's exciting to hear that this company is doing well and is rising quickly. BWE claims that CM Punk was recently scheduled for a call with a few board members, quote-unquote, and there's a feeling backstage that he will return to WWE in some capacity. That draws to a conclusion round 1 in the Pro Wrestling Rumor Mill. We are going to keep this episode moving right along. We are going to move right into round 2. This is Pro Wrestling News. Alrighty. TV deal in jeopardy after cocaine skit at recent pay-per-view.
You what?
In October, the National Wrestling Alliance, aka the NWA, reportedly signed a TV deal with the CW, agreeing to air NWA Power and an NWA reality series. It appears now, though, that their TV deal might be revoked.
You what?
During the recent NWA pay-per-view, there was a controversial segment that involved longtime manager Father James Mitchell, quote, snorting cocaine and passing it out, end quote. This was reportedly the idea of NWA owner Billy Corrigan.
You what?
No word from CW or the NWA if and all changes to the TV deal or whether or not a revocation of the TV deal has actually taken place. We here at Round 2 Wrestling will be sure to follow this story as closely as possible and will give you the most up-to-date news as it comes out. Say goodbye to the IWGP United States/United Kingdom Heavyweight Championship.
You what?
New Japan Pro Wrestling Chairman Shuga Bayashi revealed in a press conference Monday that the IWGP US-UK title will be replaced by a new championship that the promotion is currently creating. No word as to what the championship will be called at the time of this broadcast. Wrestler and Dark Side of the Ring actor Rob Thompson dies at indie event.
You what?
Thompson, who worked under the name Rob Rage, competed at the Hammering Cancer 4 fundraiser show in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. Slam Wrestling made this report. A source close to the situation revealed that Thompson went into cardiac arrest shortly after coming back to the dressing room following his match. Despite the best efforts of EMTs and fellow wrestlers, Thompson passed away en route to a local Canadian hospital. We here at Round 2 Wrestling express our sincerest mourning and apologies to any and all survivors of the Thompson family. Former WCW 3-count member arrested.
You what?
Evan Karagias found himself on the wrong side of the law earlier this week. Karagias was arrested and charged with assault and injury to personal property on November 1st. Karagias competed for WCW between 1997 and 2001. During his tenure, he held the Cruiserweight and Hardcore Championships. His biggest claim to fame in WCW came in the later days of the company when he joined Sugar Shane Helms and Shannon Moore to form the quote-unquote boy band-inspired faction 3 Count. We here at Round 2 Wrestling will keep our finger to the pulse on this upcoming story and will update you as often as possible as news is released. Brock Lesnar and Ronda Rousey back to UFC?
You what?
In a recent report across multiple news outlets, it has been speculated that former WWE wrestler Ronda Rousey and current WWE wrestler Brock Lesnar would step back into the octagon for the upcoming UFC 300 fight card. While speaking with Sports Illustrated, UFC President Dana White was quoted saying, "I love that everybody loves them like that and with so much passion. I do, too. But they're definitely not coming back for UFC 300, end quote. Former WWE announcer and general manager Jonathan Coachman claims WWE return will never happen.
You what?
Coachman debuted in WWE back in 1999 as an interviewer, commentator, and presentator that would become an authority figure in 2003. He would leave WWE in 2008, only to return to commentary in 2016. Coachman said his time with WWE was memorable, but there came a time when a line had to be drawn, and that's something Coachman won't change his stance on, nor will WWE. That draws to a conclusion. Round 2 in pro wrestling news. We are going to move right into round 3, title matches. However, warning, this next segment may contain spoilers for your favorite promotion, including results from NXT Halloween Havoc, Impact Turning Point, WWE Crown Jewel, New Japan Pro Wrestling Power Struggle, AEW Ring of Honor, AAA, CMLL, GCW, NWA, MLW, and more. NXT North American Champion Dominic Mysterio defeated Nathan Frazier to retain the NXT North American Championship. WWE Women's Tag Team Champions Chelsea Green and Piper Niven defeated Chase University to retain the WWE Women's Tag Team titles. NXT Champion Ilya Dragunov defeated Carmelo Hayes to retain the NXT Championship. AEW International Champion Orange Cassidy defeated Claudio Castagnoli to retain the AEW International Championship. Ring of Honor Six-Man Tag Team Champions The Mogul Embassy defeated the Young Bucks, aka The Elite, to retain the Ring of Honor Six-Man Tag Team titles. AEW Women's World Champion Hikaru Shida defeated Willow Nightingale to retain the AEW Women's World Championship. Ring of Honor Women's World Champion Athena defeated Mercedes Martinez to retain the Ring of Honor Women's World Championship. Joe Hendry defeated Frankie Kazarian to win the Glasgow Cup. Impact Knockouts World Champion Trinity defeated Deonna Purrazzo to retain the Impact Knockouts World Championship. New Japan Pro Wrestling Never Openweight Six-Man Tag Team Champions Tomohiro Ishii, Okada, and Tanahashi defeated TMDK to retain the New Japan Pro Wrestling Never Openweight Tag Team titles. IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion Takahashi defeated Ishimori to retain the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship. IWGP United Kingdom Champion Will Ospreay defeated Shota Umino to retain the IWGP United Kingdom Championship. WWE World Heavyweight Champion Seth Rollins defeated Drew McIntyre to retain the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. WWE Women's World Champion Rhea Ripley defeated Nia Jax, Raquel Rodriguez, Shayna Baszler, and Zoe Stark to retain the WWE Women's World Championship. Logan Paul defeated WWE United States Champion Rey Mysterio to become the new WWE United States Champion. WWE Women's Champion Io Sky defeated Bianca Belair to retain the WWE Women's Championship. WWE Undisputed Universal Champion Roman Reigns defeated LA Knight to retain the WWE Undisputed Universal Championship. AEW World Trios Champions The Acclaimed defeated Dalton Castle and the Boys to retain the AEW World Trios Championships. Ring of Honor World Champion Eddie Kingston defeated Angelico to retain the Ring of Honor World Championship. RevPro Undisputed British Heavyweight Champion Michael Oku defeated Luke Jacobs to retain the RevPro Undisputed British Heavyweight Championship. RevPro Undisputed British Cruiserweight Champion Connor Mills defeated Shah Samuels to retain the RevPro Undisputed British Cruiserweight Championship. NWA Women's World Television Champion Max the Impaler defeated Misa Kate to retain the NWA Women's World TV title. NXT Heritage Cup Champion Noam Dar defeated Akira Tozawa to retain the NXT Heritage Cup Championship. GCW World Champion Blake Christian defeated Warhorse to retain the GCW World Championship. Violence is Forever defeated GCW Tag Team Champions Los Mechizos to become the new GCW Tag Team Champions. GCW World Champion Blake Christian defeated Tank to retain the GCW World Championship. That draws to a conclusion round 3 in the title matches. Be sure to listen to this podcast again in case you missed your favorite promotion and whether or not your favorite champion retained or if a new champion was crowned. We're going to conclude this particular episode of Round 2 Wrestling with Round 4, Did You Know? Did you know are little bits of information and facts about the wrestling world you may or may not have known about. You gotta love the bell. Did you know the last time WWE's Kevin Owens won a singles championship was in 2017? Did you know Ken Kaiser was a successful major league umpire in baseball from 78 until 1999? Before making it as an umpire, Kaiser worked as a professional wrestler. His ring name was the Hatchet Man. Thank you for tuning in.